All right, so tonight we are going to talk about cash for Christmas is kind of what sparked this topic. But in order to make cash for Christmas or in order to achieve all of our goals, we have to invite. And so I'm going to preface this whole call by saying, we say this a million times, but we can give you all of the resources and we can tell you what to do and we can walk you through step by step. But it's up to you guys to take that back and really do it. And I'm going to not only go through some real life conversations with you guys tonight, but also show you where all of these resources are so that you can really look at things and figure out, where to find information on recruiting and inviting and all that good stuff. So I made a thing. Now it's not very pretty because I just put it together at work. Hang on. Let's see here. There it is. Can you see? Heather, can you see? You're my top person on here.
I can, yes.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so here's a little graphic that I posted back in October about getting money for Christmas, right? So Christmas is a stressful time. Christmas, first of all, let's do a show of hands. Like, who joined this business to make money, right? Like, who joined to make money and make an income and have some cash flow from all the hard work you're putting in? Yes, we like helping people. We like doing all that stuff, but we're really, we want to be rewarded for our hard work, and that's just the nature of the business. So a lot of people struggle with money at Christmas time and paying for all these things and getting their kids everything they want and all this stuff. And here is a simple breakdown of how you can have this much money for Christmas. So let's just go over this real quick. Sorry, little things in the way. So October's obviously over, so that's $200 that hopefully you already made. But in November, if you do 4 BOD All Access Challenge Packs, right? So that's talking to 4 people, that's getting them on board for a holiday survival challenge group, and then ready to go in January. You're going to make $280 in commission, right? And then if you talk to a couple customers from previous times or challenge groups or previous parts of the year and get them back on Shakeology, that's going to be another $120 in commission. Not only is this like 16 Success Club points, so that goes towards a free trip to wherever we're going after in 2019. So there's a lot of emphasis on really making money here by helping people. And then if you do that in December, like all these numbers really add up, and then now you have an extra 280 plus 240 plus 120. I'm not a mathematician, but looking like $500, $1,000 ish over the next 2 months. If you want to bust your butt and get down to business and really make it happen, you can do that. And this can pay your Christmas bills totally in cash. I mean, does that kind of like excite people to see this breakdown and to see what's possible and to know, you know what, I have $1,000 worth of Christmas presents this year. Here we go. I'm going to make the money over the next 2 months to do it, so it doesn't go on my credit card. I'm not paying it off for months later, and we can be good to go. So there's kind of like the breakdown, of what you would need to do or produce over the next 2 months to get there. So how do we get there, right? Inviting. And inviting is kind of like what everybody's scared of. We're going to talk about that in a minute. But why do we want to invite, right? We're here to grow a business. We're here. I don't know anybody, maybe, I'm looking at everybody on here, that just wants to be mediocre and is here to be average. I'm not sure, because you wouldn't be on a team call tonight. You wouldn't be taking time out of your Thanksgiving week to learn and to get better and to figure out how to grow and invite to your business opportunity if you didn't want to grow. So we're all here to grow, right? And this is why, because as we grow a team, we're going to start cycling. That's how we're going to make our income, and for the first little bit, you're going to make commission, and that's kind of going to be your main, revenue stream. But as you grow and you get people on board and you go Emerald and you get to all these things and you start creating a 500 volume business and you keep recreating that and duplicating that in your downline, eventually the 99% of your paycheck is going to come from Team Cycle bonus. And that is just what you are doing and duplicating down within your downline. Anybody that's not Emerald, make that your goal to go Emerald. Like ASAP. Talk to your parents, talk to your brother, talk to your sister, talk to your best friend, talk to whoever it takes so that you can go Emerald. Because otherwise, you're creating volume on your team and you're not cashing out for that. Oh, I thought I turned my little chat thing off, but apparently not. And So you want to get to Emerald as fast as you can. Sign up your spouse. Seriously, like I had my husband and my mom sign up first day, went Emerald in 24 hours, because that's money I don't want to be missing out on, is that volume. So get there, and then you can keep building and keep building and keep building, and then you're going to have to replace people, and it's just a constant thing. So you don't want to get stuck on, I need 2 coaches, and then I'm going to stick with 2 coaches. You need 200 coaches. So just start going and going and going, and get started so that we can get Emerald strong, Emerald very, very strong. Inviting for success, right? So here's what we're supposed to do every single day that's going to create success in our business. So for minimum growth, which means I'm slow and steady and I'm growing at a very slow and steady pace, I'm going to invite 3 to 5 people a day to my challenge group. Who's doing that right now? Inviting 3 to 5 people to their challenge group. Okay, so
Probably doing it by the week.
Huh?
I do it more by the week. I have like days that I invite like 20 people, and then I have days that I'm slower.
Okay, but it's going to average out to like 3 people a day-ish, right?
Yeah.
That's fine,
Yeah.
however you do it. But so that's going to be minimum growth, right? So someone inviting 3 to 5 people a day to a challenge group might get 1 to 2 challengers a month, and that'll be fine. You're going to make your a couple $100, and you're going to move along and whatever. If you're doing a minimum of 2 coaching invites a day, that's also minimum, and that's going to be slow and steady wins the race. You're going to be always replacing people that are falling off rather than getting ahead and growing a big business. So if you guys want to grow and you want to like take off, then double these numbers, triple these numbers. I know when I have my best months, I'm inviting like 30 people a day, and I'm talking to people about coaching all the time. So that's just kind of, if you want minimum and you want average results, then average activity is what's going to produce that. If you want the big stuff, you want to be big time, you want to make those tens and thousands of dollars a week and a month and all that kind of stuff, then you're going to have to step it up and invite, and really kind of double or triple those numbers. This little graph down here that I found, Eric is my husband, he's in sales, and he sends it to me all the time because I always get so frustrated because I'm like, ugh, I feel like I'm stalking people, I feel like I'm harassing them, I feel like I'm blah, 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 blah. And he sent me this, and this is really, really interesting and true. If you look at your numbers, you'll be amazed at what really makes sense with these. So this is fortunes in the follow-up, right? So when you invite somebody, 48% of the people that invite somebody are never going to follow up with that person. 25% of them are going to make a second contact and then they'll stop. So they'll follow up once. 12% will make another contact, so that's 3 times, and then only 10% actually make more than 3 contacts, right? So when you go through your Facebook messages and you look at how many times you've written to this person and they haven't responded, if you've only done 4 times, then that's probably not going to be enough. So 2%. So 48 people are exposing people 1 time, and 2% of sales are made off of that. Isn't that crazy? And then 3% of sales are made off of the second contact. So that's only 25% of those people are going to people 2 times, and that's 3% of sales. 5% of sales are made off the third contact. 10% of sales are made off the fourth, and 80% of sales, you guys, this is huge. 80% of sales are made in the 5th to 12th contact. So that means following up with somebody for 6, 7, 8 months before they say yes and before they jump in. And that's not just following up with them, but that's continuing to be consistent in your own progress and showing the results that you're having with the programs, the fun that you're having with coaching, how great it is and it's paying off, and how it's changing your life. But these numbers are just insane, aren't they? I mean, it really shows, and it's really true. I mean, I watch my husband all day long following up with people about sales. He has the longest sales cycle. I can never do it. It's like 2 years long, like totally impatient. But he literally is following up with these people every single day for 2 freaking years. And if he doesn't, someone else is going to come in and do it. And that's kind of where we're at. If we don't follow up with them, when they are ready and when they hit that time where they're finally ready to jump in, they're gonna go to the person who just posted something or who followed up with them that day. So make sure when somebody thinks Beachbody, they think you. When somebody thinks, man, I'm not feeling good, I'm thinking about Dawn, or I'm thinking about Hadley or whoever. Just make sure that you're on their mind. So just keep these statistics in mind. It is all a numbers game. Everything is, about the number of people. So why are we afraid of inviting, right? So we're afraid of the no's, yes. We're afraid of what other people think. And failure, are there any other ones that I'm missing? Anybody else have one?
Annoying people.
Annoying people, so what they think. They're gonna think we're annoying.
Yeah.
Okay, so no's, right? So if someone tells you no, like, are you gonna die? You know what I mean? Like, if someone tells you no, I can't go to the movies tonight, does that like crumble you and break your heart and hurt your feelings so much that like you can't scrape off the ground the next morning? You know what I mean? Like, I think we're taking it just like way too serious if someone says no about joining our challenge group or joining our business. And I understand that a lot of no's, they really add up and it really kind of like gets you down, and we're going to talk about personal development. But no's are not going to kill us, you guys. And no's really, 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 I promise, I've been doing this for 3.5 years, truly do mean not right now. I can tell you that people come around all the time for me that have been watching me since the very beginning, and they have turned their no into a yes. And I've literally probably asked them 12 times. So, the numbers don't lie. But no's really are not, I hate you. They don't mean you're the worst person ever, leave me alone, you crazy person. They just mean right now I'm in the middle of something, I don't have money, my kids are doing this, I'm busy, I'm just not feeling it, I feel like eating pizza this week. They just mean that. They don't mean anything personal to you. What other people think, and this is probably this was my biggest fear totally, and it's still hard for me. But at the end of the day, I've learned to think like, well, they're not paying my bills. Well, they're not getting me where I want to go. Well, they're not paying for my kids' college. Well, they're, if they want to sit at a desk for the rest of their life, that doesn't mean I have to. So you kind of have to change your mindset about that a little bit and just try to think differently, right? So people are going to think of you no matter. What if you're screaming at your kid? Somebody's going to think of you that way. What if you sign your kid up for private school and you pay $30,000 a year? Somebody's going to think of something about that. They're going to judge you. Somebody's going to think something if you roll up in a new car. They're going to judge you about that. So what people think about what you're doing to better your family, I don't think, if you look at it that way and you kind of change your mindset a little bit, maybe you won't care as much. And failure, of course. Everybody's scared of failure, right? Nobody wants to fail. We don't want to tell the world we're doing something and then it not work. But what is the worst thing that can happen? You get in the best shape of your life. You meet a lot of fun friends. You make a couple $100. Like, you know what I mean? What is the worst thing that could happen? What does failure really even mean? So those are just my little objections and things, abolishments to those failures. If anybody has any more, we can talk about them for sure. I don't have to just sit here and keep talking. But I think, it all comes down to personal development. And here are some great books. And I'm assuming they have the audio for most of them, that are great for confidence. And they're great for, doing what you believe in. So check those out. And then we're going to get into inviting. So some resources that are available to you. I just want to make sure that everybody knows about these. So I need to share a different screen. So somebody has some chats. Yes, mindset. All right. Share screen. You guys see that? Susie, you see that? The Goal Diggers page? Okay. So on this pinned post, you guys, this has a ton. This is the very first post at the top of Goal Diggers. It has a ton of important links, okay? The very first one is our coach training module. So if you click on that and you come into this training course, and this is for every single person on the team, and there's a lot of good stuff back here. I just want to make sure you know about it. If you click on this new coach training video series, there's social media training, which is always good. The second one is challenge and accountability groups. And there's literally inviting friends and family, 5-step invitation process, 5-step process in a PDF form. how to respond after an invite. So you send out an invite, what do you say when someone comes back? And then challenge group invitation scripts. So if you're looking for a script to help you write a challenge group post, there you go. So there's all sorts of stuff right in here. And then I want to just show you guys also what's in here that I opened up recently in case you could, use some improvement on your social media. And this is a work in progress because I'm still working on it. That's why this stuff is in a different language, because I clearly haven't updated it. But in the social media branding bootcamp, there's Facebook facelift, updating your there's all sorts of stuff in here about social media. So I definitely suggest checking that out because you're constantly inviting people through social media, whether you think you are or not. Next thing in here, Goal Diggers Google Drive. Second link. Sorry, I keep having to cough. Okay, hopefully this opens. Okay, Kristen, do you see this? Am I in there? Okay, under inviting and recruiting, there are, hold on, recruiting scripts. So here's what to say to somebody if they write something on a post of yours. Here is a great thing that I created recently. This was back when I did the 7-day quick start. Inviting and objection scripts, okay? So if you have not seen these, please go through them. Here, I don't have the time. Here's exactly what you can say back to those. Do I have to get the shake? Here's exactly how to answer those. I don't have the money. Here, let's read one so that you guys can see. I don't have the money. So an idea for number one, break down the cost. Well, you're in luck. This month the program is on super special, $140 for sale bundle. That would include the workout program, meal plans, portion control containers, on demand, free 30 days, the challenge group, one-on-one support, blah, 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 blah. There's the breakdown of that. Our costs might not currently be like that because these were made before All Access, but, break down the cost of ours. Sounds great, but I don't have the money right now. I totally understand how you feel. So this is using Feel, Felt, Found, which we're going to talk about in a minute. I felt the same exact way when I heard about coaching and the programs. Don't know if I have read my story, but my husband and I didn't have time to rub a dime to rub together, but I believed in the product because we knew of Beachbody. So I made a ton of sacrifices at first, cut down our grocery bill, no more out of the house purchases like Starbucks, gas stations, energy drinks. So you're telling the people how they can cut down on what they're spending right now to afford what you want them to buy. And in my first month, I earned the cost of my challenge pack back and fortified $400. And sort your story, do not use mine. And then it went up from there. I know it's scary, trust me, but sometimes you have to do something out of your comfort zone to get new results. So that's another great answer. The worst case scenario. Also, when I started, I gave myself and my hubby a time limit. And I said, okay, if this doesn't work in 3 months, then I will cancel my account free of charge. And the worst thing that would have happened is I got a good lifelong workout to keep and tried a new superfood shake and got a little healthier. Not the worst thing. That is the worst case scenario, you guys. There's nothing to be afraid of. Very worst case scenario, right? 30-day money back guarantee. I've talked to a bunch of people today, coaches that I don't think knew that this is a thing. A lot of coaches are handing out samples. I've never personally handed out samples. If people are having great luck with that, let's hear about it. But I always encourage people to put skin in the game. There is a money back guarantee. If they buy a bag, they hate it, they're allergic to it, they throw up all the time, they can return it. It's not we're not forcing them to like the products. But if you just send them a sample, they'll probably try it when they want. They might lose it, throw it under the couch, whatever. So definitely, trust me, I get it. I don't know if you've seen my story, but my husband and I were in $200K defaulted debt on top of our living expenses. I understand money being tight more than anything, but I also hit a breaking point, and I knew it all started with my fitness. I had to do something, and my coach told me about a 30-day money-back guarantee. Even if you drink the whole bag and love the workout, you can return it within 30 days and get your money back. That's how much we believe in our products. So there's another way to talk about Shakeology if people are saying it's too expensive. Priorities and comparison. This is another one. Yeah, a lot of people think it's a high cost up front, but actually it saved me money. I was paying so many useless gym fees, and I barely used for no support. And because I didn't care about those tiny fees coming out, I never really committed. But when I invested $140 of my hard-earned dollars you bet your butt I was going to give it my all for 30 days, and I made it a priority. So if you're talking about, how you made it a priority, that's kind of like putting the onus on them to really think about what their priorities are. So these are great, great resources, and there's ones for everything. I wouldn't be a good coach. I can't read that one. It's too small. I don't understand social media, blah, 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 blah. So make sure you check this out. If you guys have not seen this, great scripts. And of course, you don't want to like copy everything. You want to put it in your own words. Also, YouTube, I can tell you when we first started, we didn't have any of this kind of stuff. YouTube, if you type in Beachbody coaching, you're going to find, or Beachbody inviting, you're going to find thousands of videos on how to invite and how to reach out to people by different people, so you can get everybody's different view on that. Okay, I don't mean to close. Hold on, let me go back to this. Share. All right, it gets confusing when you're sharing a bunch of screens. Okay, so there is Thinkific. We talked about team training. YouTube, thousands of videos. I literally typed in recruiting Beachbody. First one, Coach Tulin, how to recruit 50 Beachbody coaches a month, which I'm going to watch tomorrow. And just thousands and thousands of video about recruiting and talking to people. And like I said, we didn't have this stuff. We learned it all on our own. And honestly, practice is what makes perfect. Practicing, and failing a million times over is how you're going to learn how to do it. Also, the last one over there in the back office, I could show you guys this, but I think you can figure it out. If you go to the back office, you click on skills and training up in the top. Your first drop down is going to say inviting training over there in the right. So we can give you scripts and we can give you all sorts of stuff, but it's not going to make sense and it's not going to get easier until you do it yourself. So that is some resources available to you. So types of invitations, right? So there's a coaching opportunity invitation. So you're straight up inviting somebody to the coaching opportunity. There's a challenge group invitation where you're inviting a challenger to your opportunity. And there's free groups, which we should be doing every single month, is all three of these. And the way to invite to these are three different ways. So through a call to action, which are the big, huge posts where we do a picture, we tell a story, we put a start date, we really talk about everything. We'll talk about in a second. Invitation messages. So these are, you're sending a Facebook message or you're sending an IG message. I've had really good success with voice messages because I think in voice messages, your enthusiasm really comes through and people, are talking to a real person and they're less likely to be mean. Subtle invites, which, subtle invites is something that you really want to work on a lot on how to get an invitation into almost every single one of your posts. Unless it's just like straight up a picture of your kids, every single part of your day and every single post that you make somehow can be related to this lifestyle that you're building in this, that you can invite them to. Here's kind of like the funnel of how it really, like a normal thing would look. I like to always start at the bottom and start with coaching. But there's different phases that people go through, right? And so, if you want to take somebody through the challenge group and make them a customer and then make them a challenger and then make them a coach, and then, there's ways to lead people through these things and inviting people from one thing to the other. Okay, so call to actions. These are the big posts, that we have a challenge group starting in 2 weeks, so we're going to post about a call to action. Or we have a what is coaching group starting, on Wednesday, a live sneak peek or something. So you're going to talk about coaching and invite people to that. Or you're opening up 5 spots on your coaching team, so you're going to do a call to action. Some notes for these, right? So you always want to prime your Facebook, and that means going and getting active on other people's pages, commenting on their pages, sending them messages. If you comment on their page, then your post is going to go through their timeline. If you message them, your post is really going to go through their timeline. So make sure anybody that you thought would be a great challenger or a great coach, you message them that day about their kids, their hair, whatever it is. And just say, hey, I've been thinking about you. And don't talk about Beachbody at all. Just say, hey. Some quick tips on these, you guys. Must prime your Facebook. You really want to be consistent leading up to that. You really want to post something that day that gets a lot of people coming to your page, because I know we've said it a lot of times, but when you post something, only like 12% of your viewers see it. So you need to post a lot and you need to be very consistent about it. So some must-haves. The picture. The picture is everything, you guys. The picture is what makes people stop and read what you're saying. Because otherwise, they'll just keep scrolling right on through. So how to get a good picture, right? It needs to be bright. It needs to have you in it, like your face all over it. It needs to be clear. We need to know what kind of vibe you're giving off, how excited you are. You need to look happy, because like, why do I want to join you if you're not happy? And you need to just kind of give a little hint into what you're going to talk about through your picture. But be excited, be happy. Always think about when you're posting these, would I join you? Would I join myself? If I saw that post, is that something that would attract me? Because you're trying to attract your tribe, which is going to be people like you. So in these posts, you want to make sure you talk about what you are doing, not what other people should be doing. And I think that that's very important, because if you're anything like me, I want to do everything people tell me not to do. I have my whole life. So you just want to be, you don't want to tell people what to do. People want to come up with these ideas on their own. Everybody wants to think of something on their own. So you want to just tell them what you've been doing, and then tell them what you're offering. So for instance, I'm just going to make this up on the top of my head. For the past 6 months, I've been doing the 21-day fix. I'm feeling awesome. I'm down 13 pounds. I'm down 26 inches. Whoa. That's a lot. I am just feeling so strong and healthy, and I'm having so much fun chasing my kids around. I love the group that I'm a part of. Everybody shows up every day, and it's so much fun and exciting, and they give me tips for what to cook for my entire family for the whole week. Whatever. Love the group. The next paragraph, you're going to say, I am going to host my own group. I'm so excited, not in these exact words or whatever, but I'm so excited to be offering this to, my friends that want to join me, because, the more the merrier. Everything's more fun with friends. And we're going to do the exact same thing for 30 days. We're going to hold each other accountable. We're going to have a supportive community of people, working together, and we're going to hold each other accountable to these goals that we had coming in. We start, when do we start? December 4th, and comment below if you're in. And then when people comment, you need to message every single one of them. But you have to have a firm start date on there, because if you say coming soon or coming up in a few weeks, then there's no urgency to get on board. Again, you're going to see me say this all the time. Enthusiasm will get you very, very far. People are looking for exciting things going on. They want to be a part of things that are exciting and make people happy. So offer that community, because they will join you. Oh geez. Okay, fortunes in the follow-up, right? We've already talked about this, but send a message to every single person that likes and comments on that post, on your big call to action post. Every single person. Assume they are in until they tell you they're not. And I think that we make the mistake sometimes. I know when I first started doing this, which was maybe like a year ago, I would send them a post and I'd be like, hey girl, thank you so much for liking my post. Were you kind of interested, or were you just showing me some love? And totally giving them the out, And now I've kind of changed that up, and I when they comment, I always am like, oh my God, I'm so excited. I can't wait to get started. Let's talk about what route you want to take. You're going to love it, and just leave it at that, and then start, letting them talk. But if you kind of give them an out, then they're going to kind of take it. If you kind of assume they're in, they're more likely to be in. Thank them for your support and their support, and invite them to join you. Enthusiasm, again, would you want to join you? Make sure you're selling it. You're really talking about how awesome it is. And start with the biggest and go down from there. So I always start with the coaching opportunity every single time I talk to somebody, unless it's a challenge group post, because then usually they're more interested in the challenge group. Then move down to the challenge pack, then go to the programs individually, or Shakeology or Performance Line, or however you can help them, because at the end of the day, that is our goal. While we're on this topic, I do want to talk about talking to people, because I've had a lot of people recently that go, oh yeah, we have this program. Our program is awesome. It's blah, 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 blah. It's 12 months of all access. I just want to make sure you guys know we have way more than just the all access pack. The all access challenge pack is not the only thing that we offer. So you are going to get much further in a conversation when you talk to someone about them, and you talk about what their goals are, what they like to do as far as working out. Do they like cardio? Do they like weights? Do they like dancing? Do they like PiYo or Pilates and yoga? What do they like? And then you're going to set up a plan for them. And at the end of the day, the best thing is probably the All Access Challenge Pack, but we're not just going to say, all right, we've got a program, because that's not the program. So you want to talk about them. And if they say, oh, I love cardio, I'm in pretty good shape, I like weight training, then you say, you know what? Here's what we're going to do. I think the best idea is for us to start with hammer and chisel. Like, what do you think about that? It's basically weight training on every other day, and then Autumn, the creator of 21 Day Fix, kind of does like, weighted cardio on the other days. And it's like, is it 10 weeks, I think? I don't know. However long it is. And then what we'll do is we'll see where you're at after that. Or, we'll check back in every couple of weeks, see how you're liking it. And if you want to change it up, we can change it up and we can figure out a plan together. But if you talk about it more like that, then that's kind of like you're coaching them and you're giving them a step-by-step plan on how they're going to get to those goals that you've discussed. They're not just a sale. So you want to make sure that you know how much time do they have during the day. Do they only have 30 minutes? Do they have 45 minutes? What their goals are. Do they want to be in a dress in 21 days, or do they just want to get a healthier lifestyle going? Definitely, I think that's, does anybody else have any other questions they ask people when they're trying to figure out the best plan for them? I feel like I'm just talking.
I just try and ask as many questions as I can, and every time they come up with an objection, I just ask another question, just to try and keep the conversation going. Just like, because you don't want it to just die out. So I'll just kind of keep coming up with more questions that show them that I'm able to cater and build exactly what they need.
Right. Perfect. Good. And if people are totally against Shakeology or they're against something, they don't have to do it. You know what I mean? Like, find what's going to work for them. Maybe they just want a 21-day fix CD. You know what I mean? Maybe that's the best thing for them. If you get them a 21-day fix CD, you put them in your challenge group, you see everybody in there doing core to force and everything else, that's going to help sell them on that stuff as well. I think so.
Yeah, I can say yes to that, because the last month I had 2 girls that were referrals, and the girl was like, they just want 21-day fixed DVDs, and I'm like, okay, well, that's silly. Like, why would they just want that? But obviously that's what they wanted, so I didn't try and talk them out of it. Right. And after the first month in the group, they both signed up with All Access and Shakeology. So, they see everybody in the group posting it. They see people posting their Energize. And I think us as coaches, whatever you're using, you need to be posting that in your challenge group. And Susie's really good about posting her Energize and posting her Recover. And so most of her customers are on Energize, and a lot of them are on Recover, because those are the things that she's using. And look at her, they see that and they're like, well, that's how I want to look. Right. Whatever she does is what I'm going to do.
Well, and that's a great point too, is think about things coming up. Like today I posted in my challenge group 3-day refresh. Like, it's not something I'm going to be doing, but with these holidays coming up, if you're interested, talk to me about it. Usually I do it during the holidays and we'll get a group together or whatever. But we have so many things to offer. Don't shoot yourself in the foot by just thinking that we have one thing and everybody is a one fit all, because it's not. And if you look at most of the people on this call, I started out with T25. I didn't have Shakeology. I ordered from an infomercial. If somebody wouldn't have helped me out without a challenge pack, probably wouldn't be here today. So just kind of think about that and think about the person and helping them and listening to them and what they have to say and what they need and what they want, and help them. And then once they're in your challenge group, they're going to be sold. So personal invites, and here are some, just kind of ideas. So, hi, Sally. I wanted to let you know I'm starting a 5-day group to share what coaching is all about. I've always thought it would be something that you would be good at, because something about your personality that would make them, I don't know what that says. I haven't really edited these in a while. Do you have any interest in joining in? There's nothing to fill out or sign. I can just add you to the group. Also write something personal about their life, their kids, or family. So very casual, easy. Hey, girl, I have a What is Coaching group this Wednesday. Would you like to listen in? It's free. There's no obligation. Kids look awesome, just like totally casual, but getting that invitation in there. Hi, Ashley. I was thinking about you because I know we had talked a little bit about coaching a few months ago. I'm actually starting a 5-day group to share what coaching is all about, and thought it might be a good way for you to learn more about it, see if it's a good fit for you. Would you like to be a part of this? And this is something that I say all the time. Hey, girl, I don't know if you've seen my post. Obviously, you have. Is what I'm thinking in my head, but like, I didn't know if coaching might be something you'd be interested in. Would you like to learn more? because you're so bubbly, or you have such a contagious personality, or you have such a whatever for health and fitness. You know, say something about them and their personality that you know would make them a good coach. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh, really? You know, because people are going to be worried that they're not a good coach for all of those fears that we've talked about earlier. This one's a little bit long for me to read, but they don't have it on Audible, I guess. So, hey, Mama, how are things going? I wanted to catch up and see how your workouts and nutrition have been going, and I wanted to send you a message to let you know that my mentor is holding a webinar tonight to share in detail what exactly we do as a Beachbody coach. My team is currently ranked 169 in the company and have only been doing this a little over a year. I've encouraged many of my personal coaches to build their dream team and reach out to those people and invite them to learn about the opportunity. Well, then I realized I wasn't practicing what I was preaching. I've always thought this would be something that you would be good at because you enjoy working out, you have a heart for helping others, and Jeff has a business centered around health and fitness. So there's the personal touch, making it, you know, why you would be good at that. There's nothing to fill out, no obligations, and if you definitely don't think this is for you, I promise I won't be breathing down your neck about it. So that's kind of letting them off the hook, like listen in and then I'll leave you alone. But there is no way I wasn't going to share this opportunity with you because it's made such a difference in my life, and I love you so much. If you're interested in learning more, let me know, and I'll send over the link. It's 9 p.m. tonight. All you have to do is log on and listen. Okay, that's kind of long, but you get the idea. You know, you're making it personal. You're telling them why they would be great. You're make sure they understand that there's really no obligations to listen in and learn about it. So how many times do we tell people about the webinar? They're like, yep, I'm listening, and then they don't. So no problem, right? When they come to you and they say, hey, is the webinar still going on? I truly apologize. I was running late with getting the little one to bed and finishing up the other one's homework. I haven't been able to start yet, working out yet. I have a sinus infection that kicked my butt. Absolutely need to start. So everybody has excuses, right? And everybody has things that come up. So we just have to be understanding of those and say, no worries, Mama. I can send you the recording. Let's plan to chat next week. Do you think that we can catch up one night when you're feeling better? Always ask a question so that you have to get an answer from them. Don't just say, okay, well, I'll follow up with you in a couple weeks. You can send them coach videos. We have tons of these, tons and tons of coach videos, and especially in our backstage group, there's tons of videos in there. And then always give the people a warning about the videos and how long it is so that they know how long to plan for to listen to it. Some things that are working for me right now. So I just kind of wanted, and obviously everything that I say is very short because I kind of really just want to have a conversation with people. I don't want to give them too much where they can go make decisions or like find something else to do. I want to make sure that, you know, it kind of brings them back. So what I do is, so like new conversations with new people that I haven't been talking to yet, I always check what they've been up to. I check their Facebook or their IG or whatever and see what they've been doing. And so if they've been on vacation or, you know, their kids started school or they're a super positive person, I'll always just be like, hey, girl, how are things going? I was looking at your page. It's so upbeat and inspiring. I love it. You're doing a great job. How are you? Or, hey, girl, I just saw that you went to Hawaii. How are the kids? Did they love the flight? How are things? Very simple. Just to get them talking is really how I started. Then, if someone likes or comments on my things, these are kind of like the 3 things that I say. I'll be like, hey, girl, thanks for the love on my post last night. And then I'll either say, it's never easy to put that kind of stuff out there. How are you? Or if it's somebody that like I've talked to and asked a bunch of times, now I'm just kind of turning it into a joke with them. And I'm like, so you ready to join me yet or what? And I'd be like, we'd have so much fun. And then another one I would use is so good to hear from you. I was just thinking about you the other day and really wanted to chat with you about coaching or a challenge group or whatever. Have you ever thought about it? I know you would be so good because of your contagious personality or your love for fitness or whatever it is. And then IG stories, I love IG stories because it's so easy. You just see the people viewing and I literally send them all a message and I say, hey girl, thank you so much for following my journey. How are you? Simple. And people write back. Because it's just a question, right? It's not anything that's going to make them think I'm up to anything, even though they kind of know I am. Another like sales tactic that I learned in recruiting school is talking them out of the sale. So, you know, if people are like iffy, you know, if you try to talk them out of it, like if you're like, yeah, no, I get it. I mean, it takes a lot of effort to, you know, really, or it takes something to, let me think of one. I get it. I didn't know that I was worth the investment either. And like something like that. And you make them think, oh, well, yes, I am. I'm worth that investment. Then all of a sudden they're going to come back around. Talking them out of a sale, like in recruiting, we always try to talk them out of the job so that they can talk themselves back into it. So if you try to talk them out of doing the groups, yeah, it might not work for your schedule, with your kids running around or whatever, blah, 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 blah. Then they'd be like, oh, well, I could do it with them. And so depending on the person and how that conversation is going, that might be an option for you. One that I mentioned earlier, feel, felt, found. I use this all the time. When people tell me, oh my God, I don't know, I just don't have so much time. I'm like, well, first of all, I don't know if I have enough time. I'm always like, oh my God, I feel you, girl. I felt the exact same way. How on earth was I going to start a business with 2 kids under 2 and, 40 pounds to lose and blah, 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 blah. But what I found, oh my gosh, girl, what I found is like the best community ever, the most supportive people. I started making hundreds of bucks here and there. I started inspiring others, people that I had no clue that would happen, and I'm just having a blast. And when you make it sound like that, people are like, what? Like, what is she talking about? And they want to ask more questions. So those are just kinds of things that are working for me right now. And that's the end of my slideshow. So we can go over like questions or whatever. I do have a couple messages that people sent me that they want answers to that I can go over. Oh, I see lots of comments. Does anybody have anything that's working for them that they want to share? Like any sort of like quick script?
So I haven't been doing like a quick script, but something that's been working for me the last few months has been event invites. So I create my event on Facebook and I invite anybody and everybody that I have talked to about being in a challenge group. It's a really easy way to circle back with people. You can also send them a personal invite to your event, which I learned today that when you send that personal invite, don't send it to all 70 invites at the same time because it puts them into a group message. So like you can send it to them in Messenger. So then I had to go through and delete all 70 people. So sorry to number 70. You probably just got 70 pings on your phone. I don't know. But I've been having really good luck with that, really good success. I put in the basics of the group, put a cute little header, and people are able to ask questions in there. And once a day, I'll go in and throw up like a before and after picture of myself or a challenger or whatever.
Yes, events are great. That's a good one. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, Susie, you can send an individual message, but I thought when I like sent them the message that if I just did a group, it would send to everybody individually. So I don't know. I probably should have just left it what it was, but I then deleted them all and left the conversation.
I made that mistake too. And then people start like leaving the conversation. I'm like, no, stop.
Yeah, I took them all out. So like I said, whoever number 70 was probably like, F you.
Yeah.
That's been working for me.
Does anyone else have anything that's working for invitations? No. So like a big thing though is make sure you get to the invite, right? Like, so when you talk to people, I mean, we love people's kids and their cats and their dogs and their whatever, but you really want to get to the invitation. And an easy way to do that is, I don't know if you've seen what I've been posting, but I have a challenge group coming up and I would love for you to be a part of it. Something like that. It's easy. And then I have another note here just to remind you guys of subtle invites, because there's little ways, not every post has to be like a big, huge, like, here's my whole story, here's why I love coaching, join me, blah, 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 blah. Simple little things. Oh my gosh, I paid my gas bill today. I love my part-time gig. You know what I mean? Like, whatever it is that just says, here's what it has done for me, and you're welcome to join. And in every 3 scrolls, everybody should know that they have an opportunity to join you as a challenger, as a coach, as everything. All right, so someone sent me these messages, and I don't know if I'm supposed to say names. So Steph is the customer prospect, and then I'll just say our coach is the other person. So I don't have the whole part of her conversation, but they were talking about Shakeology, obviously, and she said, our coach said, well, they have protein in them, but they're more about nutrition rather than muscle building. So right there, knowing as much as you possibly can about Shakeology is going to do nothing but help you in this business. Shakeology is our premier product. We want everybody drinking it. It is very important to know what it does for you, how it makes you feel, how it adds value to your life. Because if people are saying that it's expensive, you need to know why, and you need to be able to talk to them, tell them why it's expensive. So this girl goes, the coach prospect, Steph, she goes, or challenge group prospects, whatever. She goes, it was the Herbalife ones. I like something to chew rather than just drink. Okay, so then our coach came back and said, they don't do chewable things, but you could always do the workouts, and then I could send you some samples of the shakes to see what you think. Okay, so what I would do, back to her comment, she said it was the Herbalife ones. I like something to chew rather than just drink. So me, myself, I love food. So I would say, girl, I feel ya. I totally felt the exact same way. I love eating my food. I love eating my nutrients. And what I found was I was not able to get all of the stuff that I need in my daily nutrition. Shakeology has 70 plus vitamins and minerals. When I got my meal plan situated, I realized I needed to eat 6 times a day. So this was an easy way for me to get a really nutritious snack or breakfast or whatever on the go. I've drank one every single day for 3.5 years, and I've never felt better because my cholesterol is lower. I have more energy. I don't like sweets as much, whatever it is for you. And then you eat your other 5 meals. So my suggestion is not always to jump to samples of shakes, because you do not want to give Shakeology away. Shakeology is like $42 worth of stuff in every single serving. So it's really important that you develop a passion for it and a story for why it's worth the value. And if you're getting that a lot, another note that I wrote down was abolish all of those excuses and things that you're getting from people on your timeline. And the best way to do that is to talk about, if people are saying, I'm worried I won't have enough time, talk about how you thought the same thing, but how you find time to make a business. People are worried about not being able to work out. Talk about how you work out for 30 minutes and your kids are climbing on you and the people are screaming and the whoever's doing what, and talk about how Shakeology, what it does for you, and how there's no way that you'd want to cut up $42 worth of crap and put it in a drink, because that would take 3 hours. You know what I mean? So, and it'd be much more expensive. So talk about that kind of stuff. So then this girl ignored her, and then she came back and she said, hey, hon, I won't bother you about this, but did you have a think about joining me in this challenge group to get started? So, I mean, that's a fine follow-up, but just make sure, you're selling Shakeology. Another one, the prospect is Marilyn, and she says, I'm up for trying to exercise every day. I had some surgery recently and have not really exercised in a few months, and I feel it. I used to exercise daily. I'm ready to slowly work my way back to my former self. For now, I'm using a stationary bike and will start some stretching and light weight. So then our coach said, if you're interested, the company I'm with is called Beachbody. And they, I think she stopped typing, but then she said, sorry, Beachbody. And they have a library of over 600 workouts on various intensity. You can sign up and get their free trial and use for a few weeks. Try the challenge group and see what you think. They're a great low-impact program called PIO, which is low impact, but really great for toning and fat loss. And I totally get it, you guys. You want them in so bad, and you're just like, oh, she has these goals, and she wants to be, healthy and fit. I have a solution for her. But sometimes it's just not the right time. Sometimes they might have something that they're enjoying doing. This lady, she says, I'm trying to exercise daily. You could maybe say, let's see here, I'm slowly working back to my former self. For now, I'm doing a stationary bike and we'll start some stretching and light weights. So maybe the stretching and light weights is your way in, and be like, oh my gosh, have we got the best program for you? We have a 3-week, we have so many options of programs that have stretching and light weights included. That you can do from your own home, and you can, mix those in with the days that you're riding your bike. I offer these groups where everybody's so supportive, and it would be a really fun group for you to be a part of. Is that something you're interested in? Rather than selling all access, because she doesn't want all access. So it's not just a one-stop shop. Does that make sense? Sort of? Yes? Okay. One more. Leanna is the customer, and our coach says, hey Leanna, how are you? Hope you're okay. If you have any walkers that you're looking to sell, please let me know. My sister-in-law out her son in ours, and he loved it. And she said, sorry, for some reason I couldn't tell a message had come in. I had 2 walkers. One is in the classic Fisher Price one, and one is the dog one. Also started this message a week ago and just found it, so I imagine she may have sorted something out by now. Busy life and 2 kid thing. How's your gorgeous baby girl going on? Hi, Leanne. How are you? How are the kids? We have 2 now, so it's carnage. I think we're giving away. Where this may sound like an odd, out of the blue question, but are you interested in some of the fitness stuff that I'm doing? All from home and all manageable around kids. I seem to remember you were quite sporty. So that's actually an okay invitation-ish. And getting to the point, it's always hard, and that was a pretty good attempt. And she hasn't written back, so we'll see what she says. I think that was okay, though. So whoever's watching and that was your thing, I think that was okay. That's all I have, you guys. What else? Anything? Any questions? Any examples anybody needs help with? No? Everybody good?
Brooke, if someone says they're going to do it
Uh-huh.
and like they've said yes, how often do you follow up when like yes just doesn't happen?
So they're like, yep, I'm checking out right now. I have my credit card.
Yeah, I was with this girl on Thursday morning and she gave me her credit card, and I don't know if it was the website or data, it wasn't working, and we were on a school field trip, and so it wouldn't go through. And now I waited till Saturday and said, can you call me tonight? Like, is there a good time? I'll just do it for you and you can give me your information over the phone. And she said, oh, I'm in the car right now, but I'm going to do it as soon as I get home. And she didn't do it.
And this was Saturday?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I sent a message today because I'm going out of town, and I was like, hey, I want you to have everything for December. Do you want to get it done tonight? But like at one point, and she said to me the other day, like, don't let me not do this. But
yeah, don't.
Still.
Wait, so what'd she say today?
She hasn't responded.
Okay, so I'm a stalker. Like, I'm not going to let you forget about me. And so usually I always know when they're checking out, right? Because I never send anybody a link or a price or anything until they're ready to go. So literally, if I don't know that they did it within like 10 minutes, I'm like, hey, so I heard that like there were some technical issues. Did everything go through okay? Like, did you get the link? Is it working? Like, I make up stuff. Then, like with her, I would follow up and be like, hey girl, it takes 7 days, for the stuff to ship. I want to make sure you have enough time to log in and do it. If you want to send me a picture of your credit card, like I'm happy to do it for you. Try texting her. Have you done that?
Yeah, that's what I did.
And she hasn't written back today?
No, but I just did it before the call. And she had, she commented on my like random post tonight too. So I know she's around. Like she's not ghosting.
No, she'll do it. People are just, they think that it's going to
She
take
literally handed me her credit card and it would not go through. It wouldn't let me choose shake flavors.
That's when you take a picture. No, I would just be like, hey girl, like let's do it. And be like, it takes 30 seconds. Like warn her that literally it takes 30 seconds. Or you can just send her the cart with everything in it and all she has to do is check out.
Right. See, I think it'll be super easy when we have the new website.
Well, Coach mobile app, you can do that. You can send like a cart of her challenge pack with her Shakeology and she just checks out.
Oh, BB Links?
No.
I think BB Links has the link to it, but I always use just Coach mobile app.
Oh, I don't even have that.
There's a link to it, like from the coaching homepage, like before you after you log in, before you go into the Coach Online office, like on that left-hand menu, it'll say Coach mobile app or mobile enrollment. And yeah, you put their email address in, you sign up exactly what they're going to get. They get an email with a link in it. They open the link, it's in their cart, they just check out, they're done.
Oh, okay.
Very easy. And you can do that for coaching too.
You can? Because
Yeah.
coaching is a pain.
Because you can.
I do that for every new
You say
coach.
sign up coach or customer.
Oh, because coaching is such a pain to get people to send them like, I send people like BB Links and I'm like, here so you can see exactly what you're getting, but then go into Coach and get it there.
So on BB Links, the very last thing on there should be coaching with all access. Like one link that goes straight to coaching. At
Oh,
least
really?
that's how I had all my UK people do it.
Oh.
But yeah, try Coach Mobile and don't give up on her. And be like, hey, listen, like, you know, sometimes like, are you still interested? Like, what the hell?
Okay. Is the coach one through BB Links? Is that a challenge pack with the coach?
No, Brooke, I don't think we can do it here the same way we did for the UK people.
Oh, like it's not on the US link?
Yeah, like for US from BB Links, Aaron, you send them the link to become a coach, right? That takes them right into the like become a coach thing, but they still have
Right.
to select their challenge pack.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
Aaron, I just wanted to add, let's say this girl doesn't respond, you still haven't heard from her, she hasn't texted you back, whatever, on Friday. I would follow up on Friday and don't ask her personally, in my opinion, and I would ask her nothing related to Beachbody, and I would just be like, hey Sarah, I just wanted to see how your Thanksgiving was. Did everything go well with travels? And see if she responds. And because obviously this girl wants it, and like Brooke said, don't give up because she's gonna get it. She already said don't forget to save a spot for her. And on Friday when you're like, hey, I'm really just trying to kick things off for Kristen, you look like a creep. I'm really trying to kick things off for my group starting on Monday. I want to make sure you get everything ready to go, as kind of like a final follow up. But I feel like sometimes if you follow up too much with the are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Sometimes, like you said, I know it's really good because they need the follow-up, but I feel like sometimes if you continue asking the fitness, they don't always respond. Like, I feel like sometimes they read it and don't respond. But then when you do like hey, I saw you went to Disney. How was Space Mountain? They're like, oh my God, it was great. And then you see the 3 follow-up messages you sent before and they didn't respond to. But then I find that when I do that, people will be like, oh shit, I'm so sorry I never messaged you back before. Because then they'll be like, obviously she can see this, like that I missed all these messages. But that's just something that I sometimes do depending on who it is.
Okay.
So real quick, here's the link. And it's there. I just looked. Oh, crap.
Oh, it is?
Yep. Let me see. Hold on. I've got everything in the way. So here's Coach Link Generator or whatever. And so you come here and you just put your coach ID in, and then there's like everything that they might want. So you can send them that link directly to that if you don't want to do Coach Mobile app. But the very last one is way far down. Registration. And so you just send them this coach registration.
Oh, all right. So it's tbbcoach411.com.
Uh-huh.
All right, I need to go in.
And up at the top, you can click on what country it is.
But Brooke, that last link doesn't put all access in there.
No, it just would take you to the coach thing, and then you have to pick.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Or their United Kingdom. Or whatever.
Yeah, the new website must be coming because I tried to change my auto ship going forward, and they told me they weren't making any changes on auto ship right now until after the new website.
Aaron, all of that stuff's in BB Links too.
Okay.
It's under in the bottom. I don't have my phone; it's charging. But in the bottom, it's like odd referrals, maybe. I don't know what it is. And it's like the middle little toggle on the bottom. And if you click that, it gives you like shopping links, referral links, and all the links are in there.
Oh, okay.
All right. Anybody else have any questions?
No. Can we do a picture?
Sure.
And how do we can we all take the picture or can only you take the picture?
Well, I just take my cell phone and take a picture of the screen.
Oh, I think because I do it on my cell phone, I don't get